So we are live now.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So
Oh, we would
uh,
like to
to,
hear from.
let me welcome you and introduce you to the audience. All right. All right. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, the audience. Thank you for joining us for today's presentation. And today we are going to have Group 19 to make their presentation. This is the ADR training. And after we finish the training, we are now doing the practical aspect, which is simulation. So today we have Group 19 to present their topic and demonstrate how arbitration takes place uh, in ADR. So I would like to welcome all the Group 19 members for today's conversation, and I hope that we're going to have a good time discussing this issue. Can you kindly introduce yourself and your role? You introduce yourself, your name, and your role in the group.
I am Ambassador Onyeka Obi, the Program Manager, Unisoft Technology Limited.
You are welcome. Ma'am. The next person, introduce yourself.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
we can hear
Can
you.
you hear me? Yeah, I am Mr. Paul Oka, Assistant Program Manager of Technology Company.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Go ahead, introduce yourselves. The next person,
Hello, everyone.
good afternoon, man. Introduce yourself.
My name is Julian Onahi Olorunleke. I'm a mediator,
You are a mediator or arbitrator.
arbitrator.
You are an arbitrator. I hope you not
Yes,
come and
sir.
be performing the duty of mediators here, because it seems you are mixing up. So, but let's hope that you will play the role of an arbitrator very well. Okay, so the next person, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yusuf Abdul Fatai, an arbitrator too.
Okay, Yusuf, you are welcome. Mr. Ernest, introduce
Thank
yourself.
you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Ernest Ibora, um, part of the team of Unisem Company.
All right. Thank you very much. So, the group 19 are here. So, I'm going to read the topic which the group 19 are going to present today. So, we'll look at what group 19 have for us. When I'm done reading the topic, I'll read the background of the case. Do you understand? And then we'll also look at the focus and where the conflict is. All right. So, I am going to read now. Group 19, they are working on a technological dispute. All right. So we call it technology dispute, software development failure, technology dispute, software development failure. The background: a company contracted a software development firm to build a custom application, but the final product did not meet the agreed specifications. The software firm claims the scope of the project changed mid-development. What is the conflict here? The conflict here now is the issue of failure to deliver versus scope creep. You understand? So the focus here is reviewing project contracts, scope changes, and remedies for now performance. So this is what we're going to look at. So and this is a case of an arbitration. So we have the group here who is comprises of both the parties and the arbitrators. So let's watch how they are going to demonstrate arbitration, how arbitration take place in cases like this. So the floor is open. I am going to sit by and observe. All right. And so if we're going wrong, I will call your attention. If we're on the right track, you proceed. But that's how we are going to go. So the floor is open. Let's hear from you. Group 19, we're waiting for your presentation. Go ahead.
Mr. Boke over there. We would like to hear from him who filed the lawsuit against Unisoft Technology Limited. But unfortunately, I cannot see him over here on board. Mr. Boke, can you hear me?
Mr. Boke, are you with us? Seems your network is very,
Mr.
very
Boke.
bad.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here.
So the floor is open for you to make your presentation now. They say you are the one that reported the case.
My network is okay. Yes, sir.
It's okay, and you kept going and coming
Mr.
back.
Boke, go ahead. Mr. Boke, please go ahead with the case you filed against Unisoft Technology Limited.
Boke, MD/CEO of Julius Healthcare Limited.
Please speak out. Speak out. We are not hearing you. Add your volume. But why is it that you people just allow one person to be the complainant? You people should have allocated 2 people in case he is not going to be there. Someone else should be able to take that place.
Yes,
he has gone again.
The second complainant, the second complainant is not on board. Mr. Kingsley.
So it doesn't mean that Group 19 is not ready.
We are ready. I think the network is poor from the side of Mr. Boke.
So can any of you now volunteer to play the role of the complainant so that we'll move forward?
Juliet.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
I want
Hello.
one person from your team. Yes, we're with you.
Sorry, I didn't know that my mute was still my mic was sorry, can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
hear you.
All right. So I'm the representative of Julius Healthcare Limited, and Julius Healthcare Limited is a company contracted. It's a company that is a healthcare company that institution that we administer healthcare services to people in the society. And some time ago, precisely in the month of August, we contracted a software development company. That is the Unisoft Technology Limited. We contracted them to develop a software for us. This software is supposed to be able to help us to conduct
Madam.
easy search. Hello.
Madam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Are you talking to me or you are talking to an arbitrator?
I am talking to the arbitrator.
Then you both should make the presentation very, very formal, right? So that we'll know that this is where your conversation is directing, because the way you are talking is like you are addressing us. So, Mr. Bok, Mr. Adfatai.
Yes.
So you need to welcome Julian to your center, all right? And then also introduce yourself formally, and then inquire from her what she actually what's the issue, all right, that is seeking arbitration. Do you understand? But commonly, as a company, when you are contracting someone, there is maybe the question I will ask you here is that during the contract, did you people agree that if there is any conflict, you are going to deploy the arbitration to resolve the conflict? Was this contained in your own agreement in the contract? Julian, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's assume that, all right, this the agreement contain that in case of conflict, you people are going to use arbitration to resolve the conflict. Now you are going to the arbitration center now. So at Fatai now, you are to welcome her, introduce yourself formally, and then let her now present her case, so that we move from there.
Oh, all right. Good, good evening, Miss Julian. I am Yusuf Abdel Fattah, an arbitrator and working in law solicitor. Okay,
Yes,
how
sir.
can I help you?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. My name is Julian Olonuleke, and I'm the information officer for Julif Healthcare Facilities. And some time ago, we employed the services of a software development organization in the name of Unisoft Technology Limited. And
All right.
what we wanted them to do for us, they were supposed to develop a software that can help us to be able to manage our clients, because we have a lot of people who visit our healthcare facilities. We wanted a software that can help us to track, for record keeping, to track activities that go on in our facility. But eventually they were
Mr.
not
Boko,
able
mute
to
your mic.
The final product of the software did not meet our specification. And even when we called their attention to what they have presented, they said that there was some kind of changes at the mid-level during the development of the software, but it does not meet our requirements. And so when we put it forward to them that they need to review the project, we didn't get a good response from them, and that is why we have come to your center to help us.
All right. If I can hear you clearly, how many months ago did you contacted the Unisoft Technology Limited to make you a software to help your clients improve their health and contacts to your organization?
We contacted them in June, sir. In the month of
Okay,
June,
in June, right?
Yes, sir.
In the month of June.
Yes, sir.
Do you need, oh, okay. Do you have an evidence of the receipt or payment or any other document in the process of transaction you make or pay to them to create you that software?
I have evidences of all expenses paid, and also of the contractual agreement. I have all of them documented.
All right, that's good. And I would like to know the information manager for the Unisoft Software Technology. Do you have her name with you, please?
Sir?
Yes, I'm here.
The name of the software manager, I would like to have her name. Do you remember her name?
Okay, yes, I do.
Name.
Yes, I'm here.
The name
Hello.
The name of the software engineer is in the person of Mr. Paul Ehinaya.
Mr. What?
Mr. Paul.
Oh, is it only Mr. Paul? Is there no an assistant with him? Mr. Paul and who?
I'm here, ma. Hello?
No, Mr.
Hello,
Paul, they are
hello,
not calling your
Mr.
attention yet. You hold on.
Mr. Paul and who, Julian? Mr. Paul and who?
And
Julian,
Julian,
can you hear me?
you are still conversing with an arbitrator. So go ahead. Julian, are you with us?
Julian,
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes.
Paul,
So
Mr. Paul and who?
Okay. Mr. Boke is supposed to be on this call, and Mr. Paul and Mr. Boke.
Mr. Paul and who? The assistant. I want to know the assistant engineer, software engineering.
Mr. Paul
Or is
and
it only
Mr.
Mr.
Boke.
Paul who created the software?
No, I think Mr. Paul will be in a better position to say the name of his other team members actually.
All
But I
right,
think I
no
remember the
problem.
name.
Since
Hello?
No, Mr. Paul, you are not coming yet. Just hold on, please.
all
And Abdul Fattah, go ahead. Arbitrator, go ahead now. Abdul Fattah, continue. We are
can
listening
you hear
to you.
me?
We can hear you. Abdul Fattah, can you hear us?
I think he's having a network.
So, Mr. Paul, Mr. Abdul Fattah is having a network issue. But let's give him a few minutes to reconnect so that we can hear how he will progress from where we are now.
All right, Julian, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
I say Mr. Paul and who? The assistant. I need the assistant name as well. Oh, is it only Mr. Paul who created the software?
No, we contracted the company. So if we are able to reach Mr. Paul, I believe that other his team members
Oh,
would.
all right. That's fine. Since we have Mr. Paul name is okay. Then how much did you pay for the software development? How much did you pay the company?
We paid 500,000 naira, sir.
All right, 500,000 naira. And the software being created did not meet your requirement, and it even led to you missing some of your customers, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you contacted the company back that the software they created for you didn't meet your requirement. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please, I would like to know whether you gave them description of the software you wanted them, you wanted the Unisoft Technology Limited to create for you, did you give them any description, dimension, as in for the development of the software you want?
Yes, sir. We have a brief that we actually gave them in hard copy. There was a brief that we sent to them when we visited them. We gave them the brief in hard copy. There was a brief that they gave a description of everything that is required in that software, how it is supposed to function, how it is supposed to, every detail on the software. We gave them in our brief.
Oh, all right. That means you still have the original copy with you too, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's clear. Then let's like to contact Mr. Paul to hear from his own side too, so that we know how to go about solving the issue on ground. Okay?
All right, sir.
Then please, I would like to have the contact number of Mr. Paul so that we can call him over the phone and lay down the issue that is ahead of them. Can you hear me, Julian?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, just give me the contact of Mr. Paul. 08 what?
080
080
24
24
0024
I can hear you.
7
All right.
885.
Hello, can I talk? Hello, can I talk?
You are not to talk yet, sir. Just hold on first.
Yes, Julian 0024 51.
Abdul Fattah, just continue. Let's assume that you have the number now. So proceed to call Mr. Paul so that we'll progress.
All right, it's okay. Hello, Mr. Paul. Are you with me over there?
Yes. Hello.
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 Hello. Am I talking with Mr. Paul from Unisoft Software Limited, Technology Limited?
Yes. May I know who you are?
Julian. All right, Julian from Julius Healthcare Limited filed a lawsuit against you.
Sorry, sir.
Upon the creation of a software that will give their client with them. But
Abdul Fattah,
yes, sir.
you did not introduce yourself to Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul doesn't know who you are.
Oh. Am I talking with Mr. Paul? Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. We are talking to Mr. Paul. How are you? Who
All
are you?
right, my name is Yusuf Abdul Fattah. Yes,
Okay,
my name is
where?
Yusuf Abdul Fattah.
Okay, from where?
An arbitrator from local solicitor.
Okay, how may I help you?
All right, Miss Julian from Julie's Healthcare Limited. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Miss Julian from Julie's Healthcare Limited has filed a case against you over the creation of a software for her company, and that the software you created did not meet their company requirement and has led to them missing some of their customers. Almost 55% of their customers, they have. I hope you can hear me, Mr. Paul. I hope you can hear me, Mr. Paul. Hello, Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul is not online again. It's like he has a network issue. So what will happen is that, do we have any other company representative to stand in for Mr. Paul?
Yes,
Yes,
Obi.
Ambassador Onyekobi.
Go ahead. Adifata, I continue with Ambassador Obi. She's also representing the company.
Hello, Mrs. Obi. Am I talking with Mrs. Obi? I'm Yusuf Abdul Fattah from Local Solicitor.
Yes.
All right. Miss Julian from Julie's Healthcare Limited has filed against your company, Unisoft Technology Limited, over the creation of a software to improve their clients' contacts and healthcare. But your software did not meet their requirement, and it has led to the company lost almost 55% of their customer. What can you say about that?
Okay, thank you. Dear Arbitrator Abdul Fattah, on behalf of UNICEF Technology Limited, I would like to express our appreciation in the arbitration process. We look forward to cooperating fully and trust in your impartial guidance to help resolve the matter effectively. Sincerely, I am Ambassador Onyeka Obi, Program Manager, Unisoft Technology Limited. Actually, the original contract was clearly defined. The project scope, timeless, deliverables, and the expectations. Julie Healthcare Limited, dissatisfaction arises from changes beyond the initial agreements. I have my records, emails, meeting notes, and changing requests that illustrate the new demands. Because of the project scope, changes impacted the timelines, budget, and the development process. But since the company involved in new features, your requirements required more resources and the time than original planned. Unisoft Technology Limited delivered part of the project that met the original requirements. The project shortcomings were due to additional requirements. The project was progressing as agreed until the scope changes occurred. That was the problem.
Miss Julian, I believe you can hear from the side of Mrs. Obi. I would like to ask you, was there any changes you made from or apart from the initial agreement on the development of the software?
Fatai,
Yes,
Fatai, can you hear me?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Now, the issue was filed in your own center now,
Yes,
and you
yes,
have heard from both parties now.
both parties, exactly.
So now it's for you to initiate a proper meeting schedule. So you
Okay,
need to contact both parties and have a schedule or when it's going to be convenient for them for you people to hear the matter. All right.
okay,
So make a schedule and let them all agree to the schedule. Or you can make a schedule and notify them, because as an arbitrator you can make this kind of decision without seeking their opinion, but you can notify them that they should appear before the center on so day and so time. I get a point now. So take it
yes,
from
yes.
there.
Oh, all right. I'm glad to hear from you, Mrs. Obi. But and I've noted from your side, okay. Then I will give you feedback on the time, I understand the place where I would like to see both of you in order to amicably solve the issue. Be expecting the time now. I will send you over to your email. Okay.
Oh,
Julian, hello, Julian, Mrs. Obi.
Yes, I can hear.
All right, please check your email. I've sent schedule for our next meeting so that we can amicably solve this issue when both of you are available and physically available. Okay, so the time schedule is 10 of October. We are meeting 10 of October by 10 in the morning at the local solicitor center. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so all right. Likewise, Mrs. Obi, try and check your email. I've already sent the details to you as well.
okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All
Let's
right.
assume that okay, they have received the mail, they have confirmed the date, and now they are before you in your center now. So let's formally proceed from there.
All right. All right. I welcome you both once again, and so glad that I'm so glad you came as slighted. Okay. So now I've heard from both of you
Juliet, can you mute
based
your
on
mic?
the software
Juliet, can you
creation.
mute your mic? Yeah.
Miss Julian, Miss Julian, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Miss Julian.
I can hear you.
All right, all right. Was there any initial changes? Was there any changes apart from beside the initial agreement on the creation of the software? Was there any changes you made?
Mr. Adufatai first. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Now, these people are before you now. So now is to
Okay.
introduce yourself,
Okay.
and then introduce yourself formally, and then tell them you are the assigned arbitrator to look into their case. Tell them your profile and how far you have been able to arbitrate cases, and then giving them assurance that this case can be arbitrated. So it's an arbitrated matter. Let them know that you have the qualification to address this matter because we
All
expect
right.
you to have knowledge on the issue of technology, apart from legal aspect, also technological knowledge. So you need to tell them your credentials and why you are qualified to arbitrate in the matter. All right. So I think you should explain this before you progress.
All right. All right. As you've already know, my name is Yusuf Abdul Fattah, and a certified arbitrator and I study criminology and security studies from University of Maiduguri. You have no doubt because I've been working here over 15 years ago and I have successful record of arbitration from all over the globe. Likewise, apart from my legal profession, I am technologically oriented to handle issues like this. In fact, last week, if I could remember, there was issue of Mr. Aliu and the Amazon Limited company based on the creation of a software as this, and which I was able to solve amicably. So you have no issues at all. You've come to the right place where your issues will be resolved. And so now, after I've heard from both sides, I would like to ask a few questions from Mrs. Julian.
Before you ask any few questions, sir.
Miss Julian, can you hear me?
Hello, hello, Adufatai, listen. Before you ask questions, you have to set.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Adufatai,
Sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Before you go ahead to ask them questions, you have to set the rules, read the rules of engagement, let them know what is expected of them, and how is the schedule going to be, and all of that. So make the rules, let them know the rules governing the process, so that all of them can abide by the rules. So when you are done with that, then you can proceed to ask further questions from what they told you to get more clarification about their case. So first, now you need to read the rules governing the process of arbitration to them, so that they will know and then follow the rules of engagement. Thank you.
All right. All right, I can hear you. Thank you. There are rules guiding arbitration, and I would like you to know that before we proceed, so that you can abide by the rules and regulation guiding the arbitration. And any breach of the rules will and if you breach any rules thereafter, you face the consequences and the full wrath of the law. So among the rules are cooperation and active listening. Then we don't talk why the other person is making his or her own complaint. You make sure you give her or him time to explain herself. Can you hear me, Miss Julian and Mrs. Obi?
Yes, sir,
Then apart
absolutely.
from that, hello? I believe you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Hello? Hello?
We
Hello?
We can hear you. We can
can
hear you. Continue.
hear you,
Okay.
sir.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you, sir.
All right. Thank you. I would like both of you to know the rules guiding the arbitration before we proceed. Among the rules is you
Okay,
allow.
just let's assume that you have said the rules. Just progress from there.
All right, Miss Julia, I would like to ask you a few questions. Did you make any changes apart from the initial agreement of the software creation?
Okay, thank you, sir. We contracted, when we contracted Unisoft Technologies, we made our specification known, and as at the time the testing was done, even the specifications that we made, they did not um, come up with all of those specifications. It was as a result of them not being able to meet all those specifications that we now had to revisit the specifications all over again. So it was as if it was because they did not get all of our requirement. That was why we had that second re-specification for better understanding. I don't know if you understand me,
All right,
sir.
all right,
From our original
all right.
specification,
Yes,
they did
yes,
not meet
yes.
our original specifications.
All right. Miss Obi, I would like to ask you a question. What did you do or what caused the issue of not meeting the requirement of the software?
Because they made a lot of changes that is beyond our initial agreements. I have records, emails, meeting notes, and changing requests that illustrate the new demands.
All right. But since you know that the changes are a lot, then why didn't you tell them that you cannot proceed with the work and allow them to go to another software limited company?
Um, we told them that there is need to renegotiate to accommodate new scope. And I suggested to them additional contract or payment for extended work.
All right, no problem. At this stage now, there will be need for a compensation and discount so that you will create them another software for to compensate them over that software which didn't meet their requirements.
Advertise,
Then,
wait now. Wait, wait,
sir,
wait, wait. Yes, wait. Mrs. Obi has expressed her own opinion, and there is need for some questioning for confirmation. You needed to ask Julian some question again to confirm what Mrs. Obi is saying, because there's a kind of contradiction from what they have said. Do you understand? So there are some certain questions that I expected you to ask. Now, Julian was claiming that, you know, the first agreement, they could not meet up with that agreement. He's not here now. Let him confess, since he's an arbitrator, before I will explain what I want to explain here. Let's give him a little time. We have less than 15 minutes to round up with this process. We hope that we'll be able to meet up with the timing.
Hello, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. So what you need to do now is to seek more clarification, seek more confirmation. Let there be a kind of clarification whether what Julian was saying is the same with what this madam is saying. Because what they say is that Julian says the reason why they made changes in their scope of the project is because the company did not even meet the requirement of the first scope that was given to them. That's what led to the changes. So you need to like confirm this or explain to Miss Obi to know that this is what Julian said. So confirm from her whether this was true or not. And then also make some of the observation known to Julian and also make her confirm to you that this was what transpired or not. So when you are able to get those clarification, it's by that time that you can make you can determine what should be the award based on what you have heard. You have not made this clarification, you are rushing into giving an award. So for me, it's confusing. Do you understand? So for you to give an arbitral award, make this clarification and let them understand their position and where they have gone wrong, what the law says, and then also based on project management. I don't know whether you have knowledge of project management anyway, but if you don't have knowledge of project management, no problem. But at least as an arbitrator, you have knowledge of what the law says concerning these issues. So before you make your own pronouncement and give an arbitral award, you must make reference to a legal background backing such kind of cases. And then you say based on this, because if we do not do that, it will be very, very difficult to enforce that award. Do you understand? Because they will not know
Yes.
what legal background support your award. So what you need to do is to make reference to a particular legal provision that is backing your award. So I want you to make this clarification first, then before you can proceed to make references to any legal provision and then pronounce the award you want to, an arbitral award you want to pronounce. So continue from there.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. I hear from you, Mrs. Obi. Julian, are you over there? Then Mrs. Obi, Miss Julian already said that the requirements were clearly stated and they have shown you exactly even a sample of the software that they require from you. But you went ahead due to time frame and resources and changes in the initial agreement to make them a substandard software. Is that clear?
Okay. Yes, I agree that the original contract was clearly defined. The project was the project scope, timelines, and deliverables and the expectations. But the project was progressing as agreed until the scope changes.
Miss Julian, did you agree with what Mrs. Obi said that the software was progressing before the changes as agreed?
I beg to disagree, sir. You know, when you are writing a project like that, when you are designing a software, there will be a particular stage where you have to test that project, that product to see if it meets all the requirements. At that point, it was tested and it did not meet our requirement, and that was why we called for a review of our specification. It wasn't as if the initial project was we did not specify all those things. We did specify, but it did not. That initial project did not meet our standard. For instance, we're talking about the issue of being able to monitor our patients remotely, and and also to be able to have a virtual reality medical, all those things, they did not include those factors into our specification. And it was specifically written there that this is what we want and this is how we want it. So it was at the process of testing that it did not meet. We saw that it did not meet our requirement. When we complained, that was when the need for that review now came. It was not as if we deliberately reviewed it. They did not meet our specification from the onset.
Mrs. Obi, I believe we can agree. Did you agree with what Ms. Julia said over the testing? After they test the software, it didn't at all meet the requirement. And actually, definitely, there is issues or mistakes coming from your side. Did you test the software before delivery?
Exactly. We tested it. I told you the project was progressing as agreed until the scope changes. They changed a lot of things. I have my own records, emails, meeting notes, and changing requests that illustrate the new demands.
Oh, all right, all right. Since that's the case, definitely you should have give them a time frame or tell them they should give you more time so that you can meet the demand of their new requirement and to suit their specification and description, and just not when to go ahead and create a software that will be substandard and even led to the Julius Healthcare Company losing 55% of their customers. I think there is an issue or a mistake or miscommunication coming from your Unisoft Technology Software Company. All right, Mrs. Obi. According to Section 305A of the Federal of 1999 Constitution, Federal Republic of Nigeria, in the case of Wale and Amazon Technology Company, I believe you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes.
There is need for compensation which will serve as a discount, 50% discount to compensate Julie's Healthcare Company. All right, Mrs. Obi.
Oh, can I suggest something? And there is need
Yeah.
to renegotiate to accommodate new scope. And I am also suggesting additional contracts or payments for extended work.
Hello, can I come in now?
There will be a renegotiation, but nevertheless, you will have to give them, you will discount them to serve as compensation to Julie's Healthcare Company to maintain that business or partnership within you and the Julie's Healthcare Company. All right?
Can I come in here, please?
Yes, Mr. Paul.
No, you are not to come in, please. You are not to come in. A lot has happened before you are now coming in, so you cannot say anything at this point. We are about running up, so just listen to what we are concluding. Go ahead,
Because network issue.
arbitrator.
All
Arbitrator,
right.
go ahead.
Mrs. Obi, the renegotiation will act upon a new software creation, not on this already software being created, because there's already a mistake occurred here. So renegotiation will come over when they require a new software, but you are going to compensate them for the loss you have caused them in losing 55% of their customers. Okay?
Okay.
Hello, sir. Please. Hello,
Mr.
sir.
Paul, you are not to say anything. The matter is concluded. An arbitrator has pronounced an award. So if you are not okay with it, you can go and make an appeal, okay, for review. But an arbitration has made an award for it already. So there's nothing you can say at this moment because an award has been made by the arbitrator. All right, I sincerely want to appreciate all of you for your participation and how you demonstrated the professionalism to some extent. I must commend your effort and your presentation. However, there are few observations here and there, particularly the arbitrator. Yes, I understand that you were working as a mediator, but now you have to serve as an arbitrator. So, but at the same time, what you needed to have done at some point is they were talking about evidence. This one was talking about evidence. This one was talking about evidence. So at that point, you would have called for cross-examination of evidence. All right. So I was expecting you to make that call that okay, they should tender the evidence for cross-examination to ascertain what they are saying and then the variations and the differences. All right. That's what I expected at that point. And then again, as a arbitrator handling this kind of project, you must have knowledge of project scopes or project terminologies. All right. And then so that you understand some of these things. But generally, so your award is going to be, you pronounce an award. I think you gave a legal provision, right? Or it's kind of precedent that happened before, right? All right, so that's good. So with this, we said in our classes that you can either use the New York Convention standard to enforce an award, or you can make references to a local legal provisions, which you have done. You have made reference to the local provisions, which is using the federal government of Nigeria. Do you understand? So you are still in place. There's no challenge about it. So I really want to appreciate all of you for your participation, and we are going to give you 20 marks for your presentation. That is 20 over 30. So when you write your exams, you get 30 over 70, you don't pass. So you can get more than that, you don't pass. But you have 20 for this, your presentation, 20 marks. So thank you very much. We're out of time. The other group 5, they are starting their presentation by 5 p.m. So you can also join to see how they will do their own as well. So thank you very much and have a wonderful evening as we convene for our professional training later. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye. Yes.
Hey.